Welcome back to the All We Do Is Talk podcast. Isaiah here with a solo episode for y'all. I'll be going over some of my Premier League predictions, talk about some of the transfer moves that we had this offseason, and let's get right into it. So, at the top of the table, I believe Manchester City will be the winner of the league. I like the move for Jack Grealish, a little expensive, but I think he's worth it. Sometimes you got to pay a little more for these players coming from the Premier League. So, it's tough that they had to give up so much, but the rumor released today that they also might be looking to make a massive bid for Harry Kane, and if they add Kane to their team, I believe that will make them even more of a favorite, and that'll help their Champions League chances a lot to match PSG. Hopefully, I believe is why they were really trying to make that move. Uh, but I got Manchester City as my one. At number two, I've got Chelsea, who acquired Romeo Lukaku today. Great move, coming off their Champions League run last year. Lots of young guys and veterans. Also, they're all hitting their stride with the new manager Thomas Tuchel there in his second year. A lot of confidence built from the Champions League run. I believe they're the only team in the league that has a chance to give Manchester City a fight for the top spot. I'll be rooting heavily for them. One of my favorite teams to follow in international club football. So at number two, I've got Chelsea. At number three, I've got Manchester United. I like the move for Jadon Sancho. Harry Maguire looked really good in the Euros, so maybe he'll keep the form that he was displayed in the tournament and bring it up to him for the Premier League season. Cavani's back; he was good last year. Rashford is hurt, but hopefully he gets back sooner rather than later. They got Greenwood to help up front with Sancho, and they've got a good front lineup along with Bruno Fernandes behind him in the midfield. He's one of the top players in the league, so I'm sure he'll have a big season. Their defense is a little spotty. I don't believe as much in their manager as they probably do, but I still think the talent will overcome, and they will be the third place team. At four, I've got Liverpool returning to form. I believe that if they get Virgil van Dijk to even be 85% of what he was before the ACL injury, that will be a godsend to them. They also need Gomez to become what he was before his injuries last year. Need him to stay healthy. Their midfield is strong. Up front, they've got stalwarts like Robert Firmino and also Mohamed Salah. Last year, we saw that Sadio Mane took a step back. He wasn't at peak form, but I'm sure he'll be good enough. Fabinho in the middle is always stellar. They just extended Alisson this transfer market, so he's a good goalkeeper. He had a monumental play to save their season last year. He's a stalwart for them. They are my four, rounding out my Champions League team. So I'll say it one more time. I've got Man City at one. Chelsea has a close second, a little gap, but then followed at three. I got Manchester United. At four, I've got Liverpool. At five, I'm gonna go with. Originally, I had Tottenham going to in my five spot, but with these Harry Kane rumors, if they do not have Harry Kane, I can't back that they'll be good enough to be a top 16. But I will go with Arsenal, who I think they've got a lot of players who underperform and need to show more consistency, but they still have a lot of good players like Lacazette up front with Aubameyang and Saka, who was decent to above average in the Euros. Their defense is a little spotty, so they brought in Ben White from Southampton. So, actually, they brought in Ben White from Leeds. He was at Leeds last year, actually. He's a decent player. He should help that defense get a little bit stronger back there. They need some help back there. Need some more help in the mid. for sure, but I think they have enough attacking talent to carry them to at least being in that 5-6 slot. So I'll have them slotted at 5. At 6, I'll just go on a limb and I'll slot Tottenham into that spot. With Harry Kane, they have a chance to challenge for the top 4. Without him, they'll be lucky to get 6 because there's some talented teams behind them. They tend to underperform a lot, but I'm a big fan of Son in the middle. And up front. Also, I think if they could get Dele Alli to return to form, his original form, they'll be much better. They also brought over Christian Romero and are rumored to be going after the forward from Inter. So, if that's their plan, they could survive losing Harry Kane, especially if they get a good fee for him. Like, the rumor is Man City is going to offer 125 to 128 euros. Pounds. So we'll have to see how that works out. But they've got they still got a really talented team. So I know it sounds like a cop out to put them at 6, but if I were to replace them with a team that a sleeper team, I believe Leeds United will challenge for a top 6 to 8 spot in the table. So I liked what I saw from them. They were really good last year. I believe Leicester City's run of overachieving might be coming to an end. Their guys are getting older. Vardy's not getting any younger as well. He's one of their lead guys they go to for scoring. West Ham, I know, has a good team. I just don't know if they'll be able to bring the same type of intensity they brought last year to hold their claim to that spot. Also, I think Arsenal and Tottenham are just more talented, so I'll bank on the talent there. But I would say I think Leeds will be finishing right behind Tottenham and Arsenal, probably in that 7 to 8 range. I'll put them at 7, and then I'll slot Leicester City in at 7 out of respect for what they've done recently, and I'll slot Leeds in at 8, and West Ham probably in that 9 to 10 range, fighting with Everton. Aston Villa lost Grealish, but they've brought in Ings, and they've brought in some other players, so they've got some guys there. But I'll just go one more time and repeat my top 10. I'll go with Manchester City at 1, Chelsea as a close second at 2, a little gap, and then I go Man U at 3, another gap, and I'll say at 4 I had Liverpool, and then a gap again, and then I'll have Arsenal at 5, Tottenham at 6, at 7 I'll go with Leicester City, at 8 I'll go with Leeds United, and at 9 I'll go with West Ham, and at 10 I'll go with Aston Villa. So I'll just do that's my top 10. Remember to like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Interact in the comment section. And enjoy the Premier League kickoff tomorrow.